Welcome back to the channel, folks. Today we're talking about HLBZ, and there's major catalyst that I think will pump up the price a little bit. Before we talk about the price action, let's take a look at the catalyst, and also I want to show you guys something attached to it. This is also very important as well to understand from the stock perspective. So let's take a look of this major catalyst. Again, 8K filing came out 3/3, which is yesterday. The period is 2/20, so 2/20 the activity had happened, and March 3rd is where they published it to SEC. Their 10K filing, telling what they have done and what the future is going to be for the stock. So let's talk about the filing. What does it say here? February 20th, 2003, we held a special meeting for our common stock shareholders, at which our common stock shareholders voted on the following proposal. As set forth below, each of the following is described in detail in our definitive proxy statement on Schedule 14C filed with the U.S. Securities Exchange on February 9th. A total of 172 votes were present at our special meeting, which constitute the quorum for the special meeting. Each of the proposals described below was approved by our holders. So the meeting they held on February 20th, 172 million people joined, or votes they got, and was approved for the proposal. What is a proposal? Let's take a look. Affect a reverse stock split for our common stock share value 0001 per share by a ratio of no less than 1:2 and no more than 1:50, with the exact ratio to be determined by the board discretion. Now what they're saying, they got the approval from the stakeholders that they are able to do a reverse stock split. And why are they want to do a reverse stock split? Because in order to be complied with NASDAQ and be able to get traded on the stock on the exchange, you need to maintain a dollar value for your stock. And if you are not maintaining a dollar value for 90 days, they will send you a notice asking you to do something, or either we're going to take you off of our platform, or you have to do a reverse stock split. Now, reverse stock split is not a bad thing, okay? It's like, if you have 4 shares right now, you'll combine into one. Let's say if you have 5 shares, you combine into one. So it's not a bad thing as such. You're still getting the same value. So let's say if you have 5 shares, 20 cents each, they combine into one, it becomes $1, but you're not really losing any value. They just want to be complied with NASDAQ and be able to trade it and all that exchange. You know what I mean? So with that being said, it's not a bad thing as such. However, the reason they're doing this reverse stock split is because their stock has not made any progress since August. Let me repeat that. The stock has not made any progress since August 2022. Okay, so this is why it's not particularly bad to reverse split. The idea behind it, if you have to understand the idea, the reason they're doing it, because they're not profitable. Let's take a look at their financial right quick. Okay, what did their financial look like? Again, EPS is negative 2.9. They are not profitable. Even though the average volume is traded for the stock for a company that is not profitable and the market cap is only 42 million. This is a minuscule company, okay? It's not even a large company, and the traded stock for this is 62 million every day. Reason being is because of us, the retail investors. We pumped it so hard that, it's easy money for everybody from the institutional standpoint. Let's talk about their cash flow, okay? Why I think there's a problem, a fundamental problem with this company, and reason I am trading this stock and I'm not invested in the company, okay? Operating cash flow is negative 55 million. Investing cash flow is negative 10 million. What operating cash flow is? How much are they making from their operations? Apparently, they're not making any money since 2020. They're negative, okay? Negative 55 million. So whatever salary they're giving out is from the cash they already had on hand, for the money they have raised from the stocks. Financing cash flow is 61 million. This is the money they raised from the stock. Right now, cash on hand is $3 million only. They will have to come up with cash in order to keep running their business. As far as the institutional holdings are concerned, only 1.88% are owning the stock, and only 1 million shares are being owned by the institutions. And there are big names in there. BlackRock is there, Bank of New York Mellon is there, Vanguard is there, but the quantity they're holding is not that much. So it's like a little bit, they have their foot in there, but they don't really trust the company right now, okay? Now let's take a look at the chart, and there's a couple of levels I have here. There's a demand level at 13 cents, and there's a demand level at 12 cents. What demand levels are is basically where you would think a lot of folks are sitting here thinking that, okay, you know what, this stock price seems okay to me. I'll be able to make some money off of that. Then they will come in here and they will purchase the stock here, and then the stock will go up. So if you notice here, this came down, a lot of purchasing happening, it bounced back off of. This is supply level right now, okay? Supply level is a lot of folks are sitting here, a lot of institutions sitting here trying to sell you the stock at this price level, which is 14 cents. Came up here, selling happened, went right down, and came back to the demand level. Folks came back in, bought the stock, pushed it back up. So this is the supply and demand right now from 13 cents to 14 cents. And the immediate level I have is, 14.69, 15.45, 15.90, and the demand level I have is 12.51. The only thing that we really after in this stock is, again, as I said, I'm trading this stock and it's not something that I'm invested in. The only thing I'm feeding off of is the short interest. The short interest for the stock is really high, which is 50% right now. Again, this is the only thing we are feeding off of. If you're looking at a short interest at 50%, which means any day, if there's a manipulation, the stock could really talk off, because a lot of folks are shorting the stock because they know the price of the stock is going to go down. So they're making money on the stock going down. So essentially what happens is when you're shorting the stock and some manipulation comes in and somebody buy a large sum of shares, the people who are shorting the stock would have to cover their shorts, which essentially pushes the price even further higher. Okay. So with that being said, the short interest is really high, but I want to put this video out for you guys and give you guys this information. I'll be making more videos on the stock. If you're new to the channel, do consider subscribing. I'll talk to you guys the next